What's up, you guys? No announcement. I just wanted to get on and talk to you guys. It is what 1:25 Eastern time today. Get on in here so you guys can hear the truth about money and finances. I am, for those of you that are new to my channel, my name is LJ Young, and I'm a 100% a conscious 100% debt-free motivational speaker and personal finance educator. And how I teach people is using just the math I learned in grade school. That's it. That's it. Nothing fancy. I want you guys to understand that I'm not doing anything fancy. I'm just using 5th grade math. And if you're new to the channel, I want to welcome you to the Savings Minus Debt family, the SMD family, where you can come in and ask any type of personal finance question, and you will not get ridiculed for not supposedly, and I put air quotes, knowing something, okay? Because people in the debt matrix will make you feel like that, like you should be knowing something. Greetings, Quentin, greetings. People in the debt matrix will make you feel like you should have been knowing something. You should have done something by now. You should have XYZ. What's up, Mark? You should have XYZ house. You should have XYZ car. You should be in this position in the workforce, blah, blah, blah. That's debt matrix speak. Okay. What is true financial freedom? Now, nobody told me what that really meant. I always thought when I lived in the debt matrix, I always thought it meant I had to have millions of dollars and have realty all over the place and whatever, right? No, it was just get to zero. Okay. Hello, Jalen, Leroy. Get to zero. I promise you, get to zero. You'll know exactly how to make your first $1 million. I guarantee it. You'll know exactly how to do it. But first, you must get to zero. Once you get to zero, you'll see everything I'm telling you. Hello, Jennifer. Now, those of you that follow me closely, I want you guys to pay close attention to the comments under some of my videos, okay? Pay close attention to the ones that that go against like my recent velocity banking stuff, right? It doesn't make mathematical sense what they're doing, okay? Don't worry about how much, remember this, when people say to you, say like they're using velocity banking, right? And they're saying they did this, they paid off their house, they did this with the money, they stacking money. All you got to do is let them finish. Once they're done, all you have to do is ask to see their entire personal credit report. Now they will stop and say, hey, my credit score is this. People in the debt matrix always think you're talking about their credit score, but you're not. Ask to see their entire personal credit report, all 3. It will never lie to you. It will tell you if velocity banking really works. And I'm telling you right now, without even going into it, it doesn't make mathematical sense. Okay? Doesn't matter what they say. Doesn't matter what they've achieved with it, whatever. All you got to do is this. When you hear something about velocity banking, add up all your debt down to the penny. Okay. And you look at their whole mathematical formula, but at the very top of their formula, it doesn't matter what their formula is. At the very top of their formula, imagine it being on a whiteboard or something, and they're writing all this stuff. Do this with velocity banking. You can do that. And then you save this and pay that, right? At the very top of their formula, put your large negative number of debt at the top of their formula. None of it will make mathematical sense. You know why? Because you can't do anything they're saying when you're in the negative. That is mathematically impossible what they're doing. Impossible. Mathematically impossible. That will tell you right away. When you come on this side, I'm going to tell you guys, when you come over here, there's going to be a lot of people in the debt matrix that's going to just go against you. It doesn't matter. At the end of whatever they're saying to you, you say, but is my math right? They're going to have to agree with you or they're going to look like complete idiots. They will expose themselves. If you do the mathematics, if you do the math yourself and show them, and they still don't agree with the math that you've done, they will have exposed themselves to you. I promise you. Because you just keep saying, but is my math right? They're going to come at you from all kind of angles. This is what's so lovely about being debt free, financially free. You're never wrong. I'm never wrong. And when I say I'm never wrong, because my math will always be right. Always start with the negative money that you have. Hello, Willie Little John. Sub Zoik. Zoik. They're going to come at you guys. Trust me. When this channel gets bigger, I want you guys to pay close attention to the comments. The comments are not going to make mathematical sense when they respond. They're going to say, hey, I did this with that. I made this money. All you got, hey, man, let me just see your personal credit report. Let me see your personal credit report. And I will be the first to believe if somebody came up to me and said, I've done all this, that I got houses and property and money in the bank and blah, blah, blah. And they let me see their credit report and their credit report looks like mine. I'll believe every word they're saying about velocity banking. But until that happens, I don't believe anything because it doesn't make mathematical sense. You are the only one that can get you out of debt, not a vehicle in the world, nothing. It all starts with you. All money comes from you. It all comes from you. I'll be your voice. I know it's for a lot of you, it's like it's going against the grain and all this other stuff of all the years that if people have been doing this, believing that you're nothing without credit. I get it. I totally get it. I was in it. But I'm telling you guys this right now. I keep saying this in a lot of videos. My videos are consistent. If you follow me, I know it may sound like I'm saying the same thing, whatever, but that's how simplified this is. That's why it sounds so repetitive. All you got to do is believe in the math that you learned in grade school. Do grade school math against your finances, and you will never be fooled again, ever, by anyone. Why do you think businesses always ask to make people sign out a credit report app to get money or a loan from them? Why do you think that is? They're not looking that, yeah, part of it is to look to see what your credit score, but credit scores are just only indicators. They want to see how much debt you're in and how much money left that they can squeeze out of you before you file bankruptcy. That's it. People believe doing credit apps are normal. Hey, okay, you need to do that with yourself, between people. Anybody that gives you financial information asks to see their personal credit report, because I'm going to tell you guys this right now. People in debt, if they've been in debt all their lives, they don't know they're in debt. I know it sounds weird, but they don't know it. They believe that that's just part of life. No, it's not. True financial freedom is get out of debt. You do whatever it takes. And part of that, what it takes, is not listening to people that come up with all these financial schemes. There is no quick way out of debt. There are no quick ways out of debt. That's why they keep selling you guys quick ways out of debt, because it doesn't exist. They're selling you something. Anybody that tries to sell you a quick way out of debt, that's an illusion. There is no quick way. There are no quick ways out of debt. Just like Jennifer said, there listen, if you can never argue with mathematics. And anybody that does, you better not be taking financial advice from a person that argues against mathematics. You better not. I was on my Facebook a couple days ago, and I was going back and forth with this dude. I said, "Hey man, you know what the best thing you could do to help yourself be recession proof? Refinance your house and pay off your student loans." Now the guy was like, "Oh, I wouldn't put my house on the line. I wouldn't risk my house." And then the only thing I can think is listen to that person in debt speak. Listen to him. He really thinks that house is his. And I'm not just picking on him. Millions of people believe they're homeowners while having mortgages. They actually believe it. You could walk up to them and say, "Hey, man, let me show you the math. According to math, you're not a homeowner." They will argue with you. Do you see what I'm saying? Anybody that argues with math, look at it as they are exposing themselves to you. You got to think to yourself, why is he disagreeing when both of our calculators say the same thing? Why is he or she is still disagreeing with them? Because they are in a debt matrix and they don't know it. They don't know they live there. So they don't know they speak only debt. They don't even know it. What's up, NC Briggs? A lot of people, since I make these videos, I always get a lot of comments. "Oh, you're wrong. Do your homework, this and that, and blah, blah, blah." It's just like when you get outside the debt matrix, this is the gift you'll have. This is the crazy gift, okay? You will know what they're really saying by them saying the things that they say to me. I already know. Okay, put it this way. I already know where their finances are at by their response to the things I do and the videos I make. I already know by their response that they are in debt. Because once you're out of debt, you understand that math is math and it doesn't care about how people feel about it, right? But when they say things in response, the only thing that's going in my head, I think to myself, why don't they trust math? I don't get why they're disagreeing with. Is my math wrong? Because I'm really confused. I mean, I'm not confused, but and I stopped saying that because I already know why they're saying it. They don't trust mathematics. So all these velocity banking, accelerated banking, used insurance, borrow against insurance, and then it's all vehicles that somehow trick people thinking that if they use their system, they will somehow pay off their debt faster. And that's mathematically not true. You are the only one that can do it. You. How do I know this? Because I did it with no help from no one but except me and my job. My job and I did it. My job and I paid off my debt, every single penny of my student loan, credit card, car payment, all that. Only me and my job and I. So, so what you guys in my personal life, I've put everything into this. You guys don't even, the majority of people will never even take the step that I've taken to try to create this business. I put everything into this. I mean, everything. With no guarantee that it'll work, but except 100% in belief in myself. First, I got debt free. Quit a six-figure job. I remember I quit my job. You know what they say? "Hey, Linnell, what are you going to do?" You know what I told them? I don't even know. That's what I told them. I said, "I don't know." Because I didn't. I did not know what I was going to do when I quit my six-figure job. I did not know what I was going to do. But I knew inside of me that there was something that I was going to do. Don't ask me. I can't explain it. I don't know. But one thing I do know is so you guys can understand the passion of where my passion came from. Okay. Once I became debt free, I saw that it was just simple mathematics. I was so excited that I was trying to tell my friends and family and show them with mathematics, but none of them believed me. They were like, "What are you talking about, Linnell?" And then I would be like, look at the mathematics. Look. Didn't want to hear it. That's when I knew this was my passion. Because I knew this is what made me click to know that savings minus debt was my passion. I knew I was trying to tell something to family members, friends that I love, and they didn't believe me. So that showed me how powerful something I knew now, but it was so simple because it's just grade school mathematics. That's it. And then I realized it didn't matter the person's job. It could be a doctor, lawyer, pharmacist, brain surgeon. It didn't matter. That's when I knew. I was like, wait a minute, because it started coming more and more to light, right? And I was thinking, what else is there that I didn't see for the first 40 years of my life? And it just kept coming. It just kept coming more and more and more. And then the more people I told, the more people didn't understand. I was like, how are people not understanding something so simple? And then I realized it's by design. It's by design. Somebody designed this debt system. And it's also designed to keep the majority of people are in debt using simple mathematics. It's right in your face every day. It's right in your face. That's why there are so many ways on YouTube trying to trick people in debt. Well, people in debt are blinded, right? That's why they fall for that. They believe it's something outside of themselves that's going to save them from the debt matrix. And they don't realize it's only them. That's why they're selling ways. There's always another quick way out of debt. MLM, velocity banking, seller. There's a million of them out there. And and here's the gift, you guys. I keep coming back to this. Here's the gift. All you got to do is ask to see their personal credit report, and you will know everything you need to know financially about that person. I promise you this. I promise you this. Doesn't matter how they feel about it. Doesn't matter. Keep your feelings out of it. If you want to pick the right person to do business with, anything to do with money, taxes, whatever, business, whatever, it doesn't even matter. Ask to see their personal credit report first. It will never lie to you. Jennifer says, no one wants to be stuck in that rat wheel. People need to get disciplined, get debt free, and make the sacrifice now that our older selves will think later. They will. You create your future right now. People can create their financial future right now. Don't even know it. Cracks me up when I hear, this is a little bit off the subject, but it cracks me up when I hear like insurance people try to sell you some kind of insurance policy to take care of you and your family. And then they ask this same question. Hey, how much you think you're going to need 30 or 40, 50 years from now or whatever, right? To retire comfortably. There's no number in the world that a person in debt could even make up. They have no idea they're even in debt. You think they're going to come up with a number in the future that's going to sustain them? No, they can't. They don't even know. That's why the question they ask is irrelevant. People in debt think in their head, oh man, 100, 300,000, a million, whatever. That'll be, because that's a big number to them. So now that's why they also sell them their future. See how they just sell stuff to people in debt? What's up, Ill Wills? What's going on? DTN says, man, that takes some major confidence. I'm saying a lot of stuff, DTN. You got to remind me of what you're referring to. What's up, Ill Wills? Zoic says, how can someone get debt free with owing student loans? It feels like paying them off will take your whole life. All right, Zoic, I'm gonna respond to your question, but with debt-free eyes, okay? All right. When I read a statement like that, that sounds like a person that has given up on ever paying them off. And if you've given up like that, I guarantee you, you will pay them your entire life. You will. If you've given up on ever paying them off, that's a guarantee you will pay on them until you're dead. That is an absolute guarantee. You are the only one that can change that. Stop believing that you're never going to pay them off and pay them off. Doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter how long it takes, because if you don't, you will. There is no maybe or sort of kinda or I'll put them in forbearance. No, you'll be paying them with your social security checks if you don't. How do you do it? Ignore society. Stop hanging around people that also believe that they're going to be paying on student loans their entire life, because that's not true for everybody. If you ever hear a person in debt say everybody has student loans, they're in debt. They are delusional, and you better stop hanging around them. I did it. I had student loans and I became debt free by paying them off and everything else off. I've done it personally. Nobody did it for me. No, I'm not rich. I sacrificed. I moved, stopped living fancy where I was living, and moved into a room in my sister's house, sold my car, bought me an old truck, everything. But my main thing I did, stop listening to other people in the debt matrix that believe student loans are forever loans. They are forever slaves. And you better, unless you want to be a forever slave, you best stop hanging around them, because what they're saying to you is not true. It's just true to the majority. Zoic says, but you were making six figures. See what I'm okay. And I'm a reply to you in debt-free eyes. Okay. So you can understand what I mean, because I can read what you're saying and you're telling me exactly about you. Six-figure salary means absolutely nothing. Stop thinking somebody's salary means anything. It means absolutely nothing. There are millionaires living paycheck to paycheck. I was 100,000 there living paycheck to paycheck. A person's salary doesn't matter. Don't get hung up on that. Don't get hung up. I got out of debt because I made six figures. That means absolutely nothing. There's millions of people making six figures that are never getting out of debt. Don't be fooled by somebody's job title, how much they get paid per year. They got a nice car outside. They live in a nice neighborhood. That is an illusion. That none of that is true. Put it this way. There are millions upon millions upon millions of people that believe they're homeowners while having mortgages, when math can clearly show them without a doubt that they are not. So do not get hung up on a person's salary. That means absolutely nothing. Because when you're in debt, you believe a person making six figures is getting six figures. When you go up and pay, so do your taxes. You got to start to understand how taxes work. Just because they're making six figures, you don't know if they understand taxes. And if they don't understand taxes, I guarantee you they're not making six figures after taxes. Ill Will says, studying, and more studying. Arg, you're winning, bro. I'm trying. Ill Wills, I don't even want to touch a computer anymore unless I'm doing videos. No, sir. If you guys ever in your life, and I know it sounds like, and I'm going to tell you something so you guys can stop thinking you got to be rich to do it. If you ever get a chance, get out of debt and take a full entire year off of work. I mean, absolutely do no type of work and do whatever it is that you want to do throughout that year. You do everything. It don't have to. I'm not talking. I'm not talking about take lavish trips. I'm not talking about take cruises. No, you can stay in your hometown, your home city, and do this. Stay there a year. Wake up every day and do whatever it is you feel like doing that comes to your brain that day, that morning. Go to sleep when you want to sleep. Stay up all night if you want to. Do it for one entire year. Your whole life will change forever. You will have experienced what true freedom is like. That's me. I'm going on 4. Do it. If you haven't even taken, check it out. Right now in your mind, if you think 1 month is like wow, if I could take a month off work, I'm gonna tell you something, man. I'm gonna tell you that's nothing. 1 month is nothing. That's just like you just right like getting your energy back at 1 month. Do a year? Oh, your life will change forever. My life is forever changed. Listen to what I'm saying. I'm outside of that work matrix, whatever, right? I'm gonna tell you something. I just want you to listen. Who came up with the 40-hour work week? Have you ever asked yourself that? Who says anything over 40 hours is overtime? Who says that? Have you ever questioned that? Who said it was cool for you to have 1 or 2 weeks a year vacation? Who says that? You earn a vacation and you still have to request to see if you can get the days to actually use that. Look at that. You earn it and you still have to ask permission when to use it. Who said that? Rich people. People that understand money. If you've never taken a month off, a one solid month and not doing anything, you have no idea what you are missing. If you think 1 month is if you think 1 month will blow your mind, oh man, you guys have no idea, no clue. DTN says takes major confidence to leave your 6-figure job, and you said you didn't have a clue what you was going to do after, but it all turned out better for you. You know why? Because I believed in myself. Again, DTN, 6-figure job means absolute. That's a statement. Notice how I want you guys to pay close attention to this. Have you noticed how the people in the debt matrix, the majority of people make it seem like 6 figures you're doing good? Have you noticed that? Anybody that drops 6 figures, they go, "Oh my God, that person's smart. Oh, they making money." That's a conditioned mindset. 6 figures is nothing. See, you get outside the debt matrix, 6 figures is nothing. Don't get caught up on me saying that I earned 6 figures. Please, you guys, don't get caught up on that. That's just a name. That's just look when you hear 6 figures, I want you just to spell out the word 6 figures, okay? Don't put a number in front of it. Don't put a dollar sign. Don't do anything. And I want you to spell out the word six. 6 figures. That's because that's what it is. It's just words. It's nothing. It's nothing. Don't get hung up. You hear somebody that's a doctor, a lawyer, or they're making high 6 figures, whatever. It doesn't matter. You don't know nothing until you see their personal credit report. Anything impresses me, especially things, because I don't know. I don't know how they got that stuff. DTN says, "What's good, Ill Wills? Glad to see you in the stream, brother." Yeah. Ill Will says 6 figures will get you in trouble. Yeah. If you believe it's 6 figures, sure will. If you're one of those people that believe 6 figures is a lot of money, and then you start to show the world, just like I did, show the world, show the world that you make 6 figures by finance and stuff. You can afford the 6-figure payments. That's where you mess up. You don't even know you ain't getting 6 figures. First of all, you're not even getting 6 figures. As soon as you move up in your tax bracket, you're not even close. But in your mind, you believe it. Jennifer says, "I was shocked to learn there are millionaires living paycheck to paycheck." Yes. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's a mindset. It doesn't matter. Gabriel says, "LJ, you're a revolutionary man." Oh my God. Hey man, you know what? And Gabriel, I want to reiterate to you guys, okay, this. I really do. I'm not doing anything fancy. All I did was apply grade school math to my finances, and now I'm going to win with money. I'm not even a millionaire yet, but that's coming. Again, even millionaire, that's a word. It doesn't, once you get out of debt and you find out how much it really takes to live on, and it's not even that much, people, I promise you. It doesn't even matter where you live. It doesn't matter where you live. Okay, don't be fooled by that. And if it's Miami Beach or it's L.A. or what's that new Calabasas, it doesn't matter. People in debt live in Calabasas. Believe that just because they live there, don't believe they have money. Okay, don't fall for that. I'm just using basic math, man. Jennifer says a year of nothing. Wow, that's freedom. Yes, Jennifer. It took me 1 year to break the 40-hour work week life. 1 year. I was like, when I first started, I ain't gonna lie to you guys, it felt like I was coming off of crack, like I was coming off of heroin. I was going through with job withdrawals. Even though I was out of debt and had money in the bank, I was still nervous about not having a job. Every now and then it would pop in my head about 1 month, about month one, month two, month three. It's like, oh my God, I've been out this long. I'm going to lose my skills. I got to keep up on my updated computer skills. I was going through all that. Once I got past month 6, I was getting better. 7, oh, I was good. 8, I didn't really miss anything. 9, I started realizing how much of my time I was giving to my job. 10, it was getting worse. And then at a point to where it's like, there's no way I can go back to the 4-hour work week, 40-hour work week, because I feel like a prisoner in there. You're dealing with traffic every day. What's up, Cosmic Wisdom? Ill Will says, man, waking up on Monday and don't have to go anywhere, and you are fulfilling your dream. You are winning. Yeah, man. And Ill Wills, I don't even look at it as winning. I'm just following what's being said to me from somewhere. I don't know where it's coming from. I don't explain it to it. I always, best version motivation, hyphy. We all believe in universe and universal laws. Okay. I don't really get into it that deep. Because if people, because of this why, if people don't understand basic debt and mathematics and stuff like this, try to talk to them about that. Oh no, that's just, I don't have the time of the day to talk about that. That's way, way beyond. If you don't believe in basic mathematics on your finances, don't even think about the laws of the universe and all that other stuff. That'll blow you. You walk around here like you're crazy. All I did was listen to whatever's inside me and said, go this direction. And this is how I look at fear now. Fear, people, including myself, had been looking at fear the wrong way the majority of my life. Oh, it's fear, run from it. It's fear, run from it. No. Fear, you go straight to it because it's telling you something. Come this way, because just on the other side of fear is something that you didn't know, a different type of freedom or something. It's something always. So anything that feels like fear to me, I go straight towards it and say, why is that making me fearful? And when I find out, it's always the answer. What's up, Hyphy? BK from the Rockies. Linnell, you're the second YouTuber to talk about going on vacation for more than a month. Another guy suggested spending a month in Thailand or Eastern Europe because of the cheap cost. No, this is what I say, BK from the Rockies. Don't even do. I suggest the first time you do this, you do it at home. Don't go anywhere. Okay, leaving to go somewhere. If you've been in debt all your life and then never taken a month off or 2 months off, don't go anywhere, because you're going to believe that month felt so good because you were somewhere else. No, you stay home. You stay home. Make sure you don't do any type of work form whatsoever. And when I say work, I'm talking about for an employer, not work for yourself. If you want to do something for yourself, do it, but not for an employer. You take 1 month off and do whatever it is you want to do. You don't have to get up. You wake up, stay up late, stay past your normal bedtime when you go to work. It doesn't matter. You can stay at home. Don't even leave all day. Don't worry about people saying, oh man, he ain't doing nothing but laying in his house. Don't worry about people in debt. All they know is work. And they believe if you're in your house laying down and they're getting up doing 40, 50-hour work weeks, they believe they're doing something and you're not. Don't worry about them. The difference between you and them, which they don't know, your time is yours to lay in that bed. Their time is paid for, being bought. They have to be told that same time what to do and during those times. That's the big difference. You own your time and they don't. Cosmic Wisdom says, I totally agree with taking a month off. I've been taking 3 weeks off a year and it really resets your view. You know what? This is so crazy about Cosmic Wisdom. She knows her stuff. But on the outside where I'm at, Cosmic Wisdom can take years off. Years. You could take Cosmic Wisdom, you could take 5 straight years off right now. Easy. But I can tell that you've, just like me, you've been working all your life. It is nervous. Even though you got your stuff together, it's still nervous to say goodbye to a job. I get that part. I get it. But on the outside looking into Cosmic Wisdom, she can take 5 years off and not even blink an eye. Will says, I walked away from a 6-figure job. I was working over 60 hours a week and working for a micromanager. Yep. Look at that. 60 hours? That's 20 over 40. No, man. Wills, let me tell you something. When I hear 60-hour work weeks, I get these chills up my arm and my spine thinking, man, that many hours in a building, in a cubicle, staring at a computer screen? Oh, hell no. Every now and then looking at the clock on my computer, looking at the clock on the wall, wondering when 5 o'clock is going to come. No, I did that for too many years. No. You know what? You know what else I think? I think of the zoo. As soon as I hear people working those kind of hours, I think of the zoo, because every time I go to the zoo, I look at a lion or a caged animal. You know, he looked like he's free, but he's not. He's been walking those same area grounds. He is in prison. I don't care how many trees and bushes and mimic rivers you put up in this little caged area. Lions are used to running the plains of Africa, and you're gonna put them in a whatever. That's the same way I feel about a job. But the only difference is, what I didn't know is I had the key to get out. I was holding the key the whole entire time and didn't even know it. Had the key right in my pocket, didn't even know it. The key was in every pair of pants I put on, every shirt I put on, every house I lived in. I had the key right with me the whole entire time and didn't even know it. Cosmic Wisdom says, I'll take 5-figure cash flow versus 6-figure job. Sure would. I'll do that in a minute. You guys don't hear people talking about 5-figure incomes too much, really. Right? You think that's nothing. Man, that's all you need. And when I say need, I mean your needs, like a car, a place to live, food, a cell phone, maybe, some shoes, things that keep you alive. Everything outside of that is just extra. James Stokes says, people don't know what tax bracket they are in. That's why when you talk, they're lost. Exactly. If you coming into this channel right now and I ask you what's your tax bracket and you don't know, say, I don't know. You could say it to this room, but damn sure say it to yourself. And again, I want to make sure you guys understand where I came from. I came from the debt matrix. I did not know what my tax bracket was the majority of my working life. Didn't even know. I thought knowing a tax bracket, you got to be rich anyway. So what do I need to know a tax bracket? That's for rich people. That's not true. None of that is true. Taxes are taxes. If you pay taxes, you damn sure better know your tax bracket. Everybody pays taxes. If you don't pay taxes, that's tax evasion. So if you ever hear somebody in a debt matrix say, oh, the rich people don't pay taxes, you turn to them and say, wait a minute, that's not true. If they didn't pay taxes, that's tax evasion. They'll go to prison. And see what their answer is when they reply to you, because it's not true. They just pay taxes different from you. NC Brick says, I'm trying to figure out what I should feel scary. What should anything that causes fear, NC Briggs, I promise you, man, you go straight towards it. Don't run from it. There's something on the other side of it that you need to know about. Anything that causes fear. The majority of the population run from fear. That's by design. Anything that makes me nervous in the slightest, because I promise you, once all those fears are out of your life, your brain is free to think. Like even something simple as this. Say like there's certain tasks I need to do at home or around the house or do something in the local area or something, right? And I've been putting it off, right? I used to do that all the time. I never do that anymore. I put my task in order from most important to the least important, and I do it. I put it on the list, wake up that day and say, this is what I'm gonna do on this list. I promise you, when you start practicing with these little things, they'll turn into bigger things, and then you'll take care of things just like that, everything. If I don't make my list, sometimes I'll end up doing something else, and then I'll get to the end of the day and not have completed anything. That bugs me. But when I complete something on my list and I don't care if it's just one thing, and go to sleep that night, I know I'm going to sleep that I had completed something on my task, and that's one more thing that is free in my brain. So now I can come on and create my business, create my work, talk to you guys about debt. I'm free to think without all that stupid stuff in my brain. What's up, Abe? Welcome. NC Briggs says, I'm still in debt, but I don't see how I'll be able to not work after I'm debt free. I know you can't because you're in debt, NC Briggs. And that's not saying any, I want you to understand, man, I'm not saying anything mean to you right now. Don't even worry about that right now. I'm just telling you what's on the other side, NC Briggs. I'm telling you because I lived it, I did it, and I'm here. And I'm showing you. And you notice everything I show you is backed up with mathematics. I'm not even saying, hey, NC Briggs, believe everything I say because I'm the smartest man on earth. No, I'm just saying, hey, forget LJ, forget savings minus debt. You just look at the math. Hey, if I do XYZ, does that math add up? Sure does. That's the way I'm going, period. And I promise you, once you get to zero, NC Briggs, once you get to zero, you will know exactly what you're going to do. I'm not even saying quit your job. I'm not even saying do like me. I'm saying I did it because that's what the universe told me to do. And when I say the universe, I'm talking about myself. I'm saying something inside of me said, hey, man, quit your job, go this direction. People need your help. People that are ready to listen will hear you, Linnell. That's exactly what it said. People that are ready to hear you, Linnell, they will hear you. Why? Because the math will always make sense. That's why I do things that the normal people in the financial society don't do by posting my entire credit report. Okay. Anybody in this room right now, how many people, how many channels, how many financial gurus have ever showed you their entire personal credit report? Let me know right now. Put a one in there if that's ever happened to you. Just one. Just put a one up. What's up, I am Brandon? What's going on? DTN Linnell, at what age do you think an individual should be financially stable in their lives? First of all, get the age stuff out of your brain. Take that out. Take it out. There is no magical age. There is no certain age to be what at a certain should have this by this age. Take that all out of your brain. Math doesn't care how old you are. Math doesn't care. The sooner you learn this, the better. The only plus side of understanding applying fifth grade math to your finances earlier, you will have more time to build wealth. As you can see, I'm 50. I don't got hey man, I'm not wasting any time. I'm not wasting any time. I'm going straight for the million, straight. You guys are going to notice me getting more harder and realer ever. And that's just me. It's just what I feel, how I feel inside. But you guys are going to see me go hardcore, straight telling everybody what is, and dare anybody to challenge me otherwise. If you don't believe in math, you don't have a chance. You're unarmed. People are unarmed. If they put it this way, if somebody challenged me and they've been in debt all their life, they're coming to me unarmed and they don't even know it. Don't even know they are unarmed. What's up, I am Brandon. Quentin says, hey, Linnell, I know my tax bracket, but will you give me more detail on why being lower inside of it is good? Very good question. Very good question. And a very simple answer. You pay less in taxes. If you lower yourself in your tax bracket, you pay less in taxes annually. That's it. Well, see how easy I did that? That's the purpose of being low. And listen, if you are debt free, okay, listen, if you are debt free, you could take advantage of 401ks, HSA, all pre-tax options that the government provides. This is what's called phantom income. This is the real investment that the majority of people can't see. Because when my business grows, this is what I'm going to do. Anywhere I live, I'm going to look into the city and federal and what tax savings of anything in the city I live is in. What are the tax savings on anything? That's my investment right there. Taxes, because the less in taxes that the majority pay that you don't is money in your pocket. That's guaranteed ROI. So check it out, Quentin. If you were able to max out your 401k of $19,500, okay? Now remember, the majority of Americans cannot do this because why? They are in debt. So they stay high in their tax bracket because they have no other choice but to. You max out your 401k at 19.5. Not only do you get to put away $19,500 in your 401k, you get to take that same $19,500 off of your annual income. It's like double dipping. Double dipping. The difference between the cans and cannots is money in your pocket. At the end of the year, say like you and a friend lived in the same place making exact amount of money. This is just an example so you can see that they were in debt and you weren't. They were not able to max out their 401k, but you are. And say like by putting that 19.5 in your 401k, say like it was a savings of, let's just say $2,000. Okay, I'm just making up these numbers. You got to do, this is not how it's added up, so don't take word for word. Okay. Say like it was a savings of $2,000. At the end of the year, you will have $2,000 more in your bank account than your roommate. Now you times that by millions of people, but more, even looking for more even tax savings options in your city, state, federal, whatever. It doesn't matter. It's guaranteed ROI every single year. Not even the stock market can do that. See what Cosmic Wisdom says, Quentin? A lower tax bracket means the government takes less out of your pocket. Also, it's a key for investing Google dividend tax brackets. They take less out of your check. That's why, you know, check it out. They make taxes look like it's complicated, but it's not. You really don't. Personally, I don't really even need to know about tax brackets or anything because I know how to pick the right person that does know about tax brackets. I ask to see their personal credit report. And if a person, check it out, and many of you won't understand this because you're not debt free, and it doesn't seem like it would make sense. But if I looked for a tax person, they said, "Hey, I do taxes, whatever," right? And I asked to see their personal credit report, and their personal credit report, they're loaded with debt. They're missing a major piece of the tax system, major, and they don't even know they are. By being in debt, they're missing a major piece of the tax system, major. You cannot, listen, it's mathematically impossible for you to take advantage of vehicles that have been put in place by the government when you are in debt. The government put 401ks there. They say you can take this off, but if you're in debt, it's mathematically impossible for you to contribute anything into any 401k when you're in the negative. Nicer says, got an app, but I'll catch the replay. Cool. Oh, appointment, excuse me, app. I said appointment. DTN says, Linnell, I asked that question because my girlfriend feels like a man should have his life together at age 30. If not, then the man is unstable. I'm like, I'm 2 years from 30, and I won't have a stable career like her. Think about it this way, DTN. Does it really matter how she feels or what a man should be or whatever? She's a woman, right? What does it matter how she feels what a man should be at 30? It doesn't. She's learning that from TV. Because I remember feeling exactly that way. I was 29, late 20s, going on 30. And society will make you feel like you should be this and that by this age. And it doesn't matter how you do it. So if you come across a 30-year-old man with a house and a nice car and a good job, they think that man is where he's supposed to be at 30. But if the car is financed, the house is financed, and he's up to his neck in credit card debt, is he still where he's supposed to be? You know what I'm saying? You got to be very careful of who's saying things like that. You got to remember, if she's in debt, she's coming from a debt perspective. But if she's not in debt, she's coming from a debt-free perspective. Because don't get me wrong, if I was debt-free at 30, I wouldn't even date anybody, take anybody serious that was in debt. I wouldn't take any woman that was in debt and didn't care about being in debt seriously, because it'd be an absolute waste of time. It would be a waste of my time and her time. Herbert Scott says, I paid off a very fee-laden credit card. Told them to close the account right on the spot. They offered a $500 increase, and in 4 years, I got no benefit. No thanks. That's what they do. They don't want you to stop with them credit cards. I'm telling you, that's how they make their money. If you close the credit cards, they make no money. This is why they scare you. Hey, if you pay off and close your account, your credit score drop. Those are all bank tactics. Those are bank things to keep you scared, to keep you. If you worship the credit gods, that's going to make you nervous. If you close a credit card and your credit score drop, you're going to be like, oh my God, I don't want to make the gods upset. And if I close my bank card, I'm going to make the credit gods upset, and they're going to punish me with a lower credit score. That's what they do for people that worship the credit gods. DTN says, but I do work hard, but a lot of her thinking in the matrix. I'm trying to get her to rethink her process. Good luck with that, DTN. Good luck. Ulysses, did you say this was your girlfriend? DTN, you say this was your girlfriend? Hyphy says, DTN, your mother will love you for who you are at age 30. Sure will. If she won't love you for who you are at the times, if she won't love you for who you are at the times, your mother will. Oh, okay, gotcha. What does that tell you about her? Exactly. You see what Hyphy's saying, DTN? She honestly is telling you about herself. Because if she believes a man should be a certain way at 30, first of all, she's not a man. And what makes her believe he has to be a certain way at a certain age? Stop tying. Never tie your age to a place that you should be in your life. Don't ever do that. Don't ever do that. Don't ever do that, because that means absolutely nothing. Don't get caught up. Don't get caught up at that age stuff. Because again, when I was 30, I thought the same thing, DTN. I thought I was supposed to be somewhere in life. I was supposed to have a certain something so I can look a certain way at a certain age. Don't believe any of that. Okay. NC Briggs says, Linnell, I will go to the bank to buy a house. The person gives his advice about, oh, okay, Linnell will go to, oh, okay, he's talking about me. Okay. Linnell will go to the bank to buy a house. The person gives his advice about buying a house. Linnell will ask them right then for the credit report. You know what? This is the difference, NC Briggs. If I walked into a bank to to buy a house, which I probably will never will. But walk into the bank, I'm going to walk into the bank knowing exactly the type of mortgage I'm going to ask for them. I'm just coming to them to see if they're going to give it to me. And if I'm coming to them to see if I'm going to take out the mortgage with their bank. I'm not coming in crossing my fingers, hope I get it, maybe not. No, I already know I'm going to get it. I'm just coming in to see if I'm going to get it from that bank. So I really won't have to ask for the person helping me at the actual bank, because I'm gonna walk in and say, I want this type of loan at this percentage rate. Are you guys going to give it to me, or am I going to go to another bank to get it? Herbert Scott says, same company tried settling. Nope. I get great satisfaction seeing zeros on my credit report. I love it. Zeros on your credit report are so beautiful. They're sexy, man. They are sexy. Oh, just all them sexy zeros. It just, and that's why I shared my credit report with you guys, because there's nothing on it. People are so protective, hiding their whole entire credit report. And just like I asked earlier, put up some ones, or if it's zero, let's do this. Put up some zeros. Have you ever seen anybody that you know of show you their entire credit report like I have? If it's no, just put up some zeros, man. I want you guys to see this. And then I want you to ask yourself, why is Linnell the only one that does that? Because there's nothing on it when you're not in debt. It's not a big deal. Here, you want to see it? Check it out. Hyphy says, LOL, ask me if I care about hurting the feelings of a computer system or some bank workers who only recognize me by my social security number. Yep. You stop. I'm telling you guys, you stop involving your feelings and your money. It's not a big deal. You don't really care about how people feel about your money, or why you're not going to give them some, or why you're not going to go somewhere and spend it on something. It doesn't matter what they think. You better stop letting social media fool you guys. Stop comparing yourself to people in the debt matrix. DTN says, yep, I told her to stop putting restrictions on life. That's senseless. Sound like you having some good talks already, DTN. Jennifer says, sounds like fear talk to DTN. She wants to make sure she's taken care of and not struggling with you. Yeah. And Jennifer, she might be struggling right now, needs to make sure he's all right so he can help her out of debt. Who knows? I don't know. But from what you're telling me, DTN, she's talking like she's in debt. You know that. You know debt talk. Cosmic Wisdom says, DTN, you both have to focus on building your own foundation on your own time and terms, unless you both have a joint plan and commitment that you both agree on. Yep, agreed. I agree with Cosmic Wisdom. Believe that. And I'm going to tell you right off the bat, finances is number one in my book. No relationship's going to go anywhere with a person with $100,000 in student loan debt and don't care about it. Oh, no, ain't none of that. DTN says, hey, Linnell, I screenshot my credit report and sent it to your DM on Instagram. Okay. My phone's upstairs off, so I got to check it when I get upstairs today. Some days I just turn my phone off. What's up, Fresh Prince? Hello, David. I'm debt-free minus my house. Congratulations, David. That is a definite congratulations right there. Cosmic Wisdom says, as a woman, I don't have the time to place mandates on someone else. My main focus to reinforce my own foundation and support the goals of the person I'm dating. Yes. But you know as well as I know, Cosmic Wisdom, if you got with somebody that was deep in student loan debt and had no plan to get out and didn't care about being in it, you know as well as I know that relationship has a time limit. There is no way, especially if they're complaining about, oh my God, these student loans are killing me. And you turn to them and say, hey, what you gonna do to pay them off? Oh no, I ain't paying no student loans back. Oh no. NC Bragg says, I put restriction on my life and all did when I was younger was compare my status to everyone else. NC Briggs, that's how society is today. Now, when you get out of the debt matrix, you're going to love that society is that way. The majority of society must be that way in order for you to remain financially free, rich, wealthy, whatever you want to be. The majority they must continue comparing themselves to each other in the debt matrix. They don't know they're all in debt. They don't even know. Just they think somebody else has a bigger house than them or a better car, they somehow are doing better than them. No, they're just deeper in debt. That's all. It's not a big deal. They don't even know. Don't even know. They don't even know. They don't know they live in the debt matrix. Go check it out, you guys. And I'm dead serious. Go watch the original The Matrix movie, but substitute everything with the debt matrix, right? Now, you remember the time, you remember the part where let me give you an example, okay? Let me give you an example. If you rewatch if you rewatch the Matrix and think of it as the debt matrix, you remember the part where Neo was going really slow, ditching all those bullets, like remember he was doing that? He did a real slow motion and he was ditching all the bullets. That's what it's like when people in the debt matrix try to shoot down my idea when it comes to finances. That's what it feels like to me. When people come at me and they shoot those type of bullets, they don't know their bullet. I can see them coming a mile away. As soon as they start talking, they're either going to talk debt or they're going to talk debt free. If they're going to talk debt, their bullets come out of their gun so slow, I could see it coming if I was standing right in front of them, because what they're saying doesn't even make mathematical sense. So as soon as it doesn't make mathematical sense, I don't even pay attention to it. This is like an automatic trigger, you guys. Automatic. It's just like earlier, I don't know if I completed this story, but when I was trying to tell a dude he can be recession proof by refinancing his house and wrapping the student loans in the house. So in my thinking, I'm thinking if you refinance your house and pay off your student loans, right now your student loans are paid off, they're wrapped up in the money's wrapped up in the house. If a recession comes and you lose your job and lose everything, guess what? Everything is gone. Yes, your house is gone, but everything else is too, including your student loans. File bankruptcy chapter 7, you are free forever. You're starting with a clean slate, not even student loan, but you leave the student loans on, you're still paying on student loans, and a recession hits, you lose your job, you lose your house. Guess what's still remaining? Guess what's still remaining there? Your student loans. They're like the cockroaches of the recession. There's the Discord server. Encourage you guys to join. Sometimes we get on there and talk about different things, and sometimes people ask questions up in there. Hi PRI will usually answer those questions, or anybody that's in there that may have an answer for that question, I just posted inside of the Discord server there. I just purchased a brand new Monopoly game. Brand new. You know why? Because now that I'm financially free, and this was just brought to my attention, Monopoly came up at some point. I can't remember where or what for, but it came up. And then I realized this. Who had been teaching me to play Monopoly? People in debt. People in debt were teaching me how to play Monopoly. Never. And I thought to myself also, I was like, I've never once even read the rules to Monopoly. I always went by what people told me. Who was telling me? People in debt. Now that I'm gonna play it, I'm gonna teach my girlfriend's son how to play it. I'm gonna teach him how to play, but from a debt-free perspective. I'm gonna teach him right out the gate to know the rules of Monopoly, but also play with people in debt. So when he gets of age and he plays this game with his friends, I'm gonna say, hey man, make sure you play with your friends. Make sure they have finance, cell phones, and car payments. If they do, they won't have a chance in Monopoly against you. They won't even have a chance. They won't even know how you're doing it. I guarantee you the game of Monopoly will be totally, totally different from a debt-free perspective. Totally different. Good afternoon, Beauty Jock. Thank you, Herbert, for those zeros. Appreciate it. Mazda, zeros. Fresh Prince, zeros. Exactly. Look at those zeros. Zero people have actually ever showed you your entire their entire credit report. Nobody. This should tell you how rare I am, and I'm not even bragging. You got to ask yourself, why is that? Because you've been conditioned to think that it does mean something. It doesn't mean anything. I guarantee you now, if Herbert or Fresh Prince got into business with somebody and they met up with somebody and that person goes, hey, you know what? I'm not going to do business with you until I see your personal credit report. That will tell Fresh Prince, that will tell Herbert, that will tell them that this person also knows what they know. You can Google hashtag savings minus debt, and I will be the only person that pops up on Google with just a simple formula of savings minus debt. Why is that? Because I can see something that the majority of people cannot. Gabriel says, how do you not finance a phone? Good question, Gabriel. Go on Amazon and type in refurbished, whatever phone you're looking for, and that's how you buy it. That's how you do it. That's how I buy my phones. I go on Amazon and I type in refurbished Note, whatever, or iPhone, whatever, and then you buy it for half the price. That's it. On the outside looking in the debt matrix, that's why they're jacking up the phone prices, because the people in the debt matrix, the majority of them don't have no money, so they're going to finance $1,000. You think people in debt have $1,000 or $1,500 to drop on a cell phone? Nope. I could finance the SMD shirt. Yeah, don't do that. Just pay for it. Cosmic Wisdom says, the only debt I have is mortgage. I could save and pay it down in 2 years or have it paid off from my rental property purchases in 2 years. Either way, in 2 years, mortgage debt will be handled. See what I'm saying? That's a plan. That's a plan. People in, you guys able to read that? People in debt don't write stuff like that. People in debt don't even know how to write. They wouldn't be able to put they have to know the content to even write a statement like what Cosmic Wisdom just wrote. You have to know that. You can't mimic something that you don't even know. People in debt don't even really realize that you can be debt free. So they cannot mimic something they don't even know exists. You can't copy something that you don't even know exists. That's impossible. That's why when people in debt speak, they don't know they're speaking debt, because they don't believe, if they don't believe that there's a language of debt, that the language of debt free even exists, why would they bother trying to, that's impossible to copy something that they don't even realize even exists. That's impossible. Ivy says, allegedly, while I'm listening to the stream, a good friend of mine just asked me if I can recommend him someone that creates novelty documents so he can get approved for a business auto loan. Oh my God. Wow, man. Okay, Hyphy, what did you allegedly say? I'm curious. What did you allegedly respond with? Cosmic Wisdom says, well, I have my rent checks, pay my primary mortgage. That's in 2 years. Cosmic Wisdom, she can quit her job right now. Right now. See ya. But I mean, if you enjoy what you do and love what you do, I'm not saying quit your job, okay? Don't say, I'm just telling you what I did, okay? I'm not saying you have to. I'm not saying you should or whatever. I'm just saying what worked for me. Taking a year off of doing only the things that I wanted to do. My time wasn't obligated to anyone. I own my whole, I mean, I've been owning the time in my life for 4 years, but that first year of owning every single minute of my life changed my life, you guys. That's the only thing I'm trying to tell you. I owned every minute of my life for that first year. And that was the first time ever in all of my life ever owning the time in my life. And when it was just mine, I don't care if I laid in bed for a week, it was mine to do so. Jennifer says, so awesome, Cosmic Wisdom. That's the ultimate freedom. Herbert says, I'm binging all the Debt Matrix agents. I'm binging all the Debt Matrix agent Smiths on YouTube. I just want to hold my hand up like Neo and stop the bullets. You can. It's like, just, you know what, Herbert? All you got to do is when they aim the bullets at you, you just do like Neo. Soon as they start, I promise you, soon as they start talking debt, those bullets come so slow. You can just tell by the words they're using, they're speaking debt, and you already know what's about to come out of their mouth. You already know why they're asking the question. You can always tell when they're trying to say it in a way to think you're going to get stumbled over your words or what you're saying. They don't realize I'm just answering mathematically. That's it. That's it. I'm just responding mathematically, and they don't like it. They can't get around it. I know, allegedly. That's why I said allegedly. Cosmic Wisdom says, I could quit now, Linnell, but I want to build massive cash flow and using my W-2 job. Yeah, I'm not saying, again, Cosmic Wisdom, I'm not saying you should. I'm not saying that's the only way. The only thing I keep reiterating, I'm just saying that there was no other way for me to experience actually owning every single minute of my life for a year. That's the only thing I'm saying. I've never experienced that in my life. And when I quit my first job, I immediately got another, right? Making $50,000 more per year, but I quit because something just didn't feel right. So I quit. And the purpose of me quitting was to experience what it felt like to own every minute of your life. Because true wealth is owning all the time in your life. It's not money. It's owning all the time in your life. And if you own all the time in your life, you have all the time in the world to make as much money as you wish in the world. That's all I'm saying. Hyphy says, I allegedly, I told him just to use the personal vehicle for work, but you better believe a big smile went across my face when I read that text. Let me see. Let's go back here. Let me make sure I'm okay. Give me the definition of novelty documents. Let me make sure I'm clear on that before I'm assuming certain things. Okay. Let me know what that means. I'm not clear what that means. Novelty documents. DTN says, Linnell, how many years did it take you to pay off your student loans? Student loans was last on my list. Okay. So it took me a total of 2 years to pay off all my debt, and student loan was part of that debt. So I can't really tell you how long it actually took me, but since it was my last debt, I'm assuming not that long because every single dollar no longer went to any other bill. So that means every dollar could go to that debt. So the last one got paid off probably the quickest. Cosmic Wisdom says, I can only imagine, Linnell, I want to be like you when I grow up. It's so crazy. This is what I love about being in this space. Okay. It's weird to be in both, like Cosmic Wisdom and I are in wonderful places financially, right? But in different places financially. But it's not just the money. It's like she's at a place I definitely want to be after my business grows. I'll have the money and say, hey, Cosmic Wisdom, okay, this is what I want to do. I have this extra money. I need to do this. What are you doing with taxes? She's going to help me skip all the hurdles of asking people. I'm going to just say, hey, Cosmic Wisdom, I got X money. What kind of property? How? Blah, blah, blah. I'm going to just follow those steps. That's where I want to be. But right now, I'm enjoying investing in myself because not many people, again, just like I was saying earlier about my credit report, how many people that you know of in your life have taken a full entire year off of work and done absolutely nothing. If it's zero, put some more zeros up there, because I want to show you guys all the amazing things I'm doing, and I'm doing it. What I'm doing is for me. I'm not saying quit your job, but something told me to quit the job, and I know what that purpose was, so I could feel what it feels like to own every single minute of my life for a year. Now, I've been owning it for 4 now, okay? I'm just telling you guys about the first year, because the first year is what did it for me. If you don't know anybody that has taken a full year off of not working, not doing nothing, put some zeros up. If it's zero, put some zeros up. And then I want you to say to yourself, damn, I'm giving L a lot of zeros. I know. You can have these zeros too. Hyphy says falsified documents. Okay. All right. I just want to make sure I was clear on that, such as fake bank statements, tax returns, pay stubs. I'm sure Cosmic Wisdom has heard about this stuff. Yeah, they don't even realize they're just hurting themselves. I kind of figured that's what it meant, but I wanted to make sure. I don't want to assume when it comes to money, and I was right, because it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense to falsify some documents to get something that you cannot afford. You're just burying yourself. Cosmic Wisdom says, yeah, if the loan companies does an audit on your friend could get a bank fraud. Get a bank fraud case at Hyphy. I've been hearing business loans are not playing with people now that the fake document. Has that been going on? Is that something new, or what is that? Leroy says 2 0 0 0 0. See what I'm saying? This can be you guys. This can be you. I'm showing you guys something that the majority of people in the debt matrix cannot see. They don't even know this exists. They don't understand the language. They don't know the language of debt free even exists. I keep giving you guys things to say to people in the debt matrix. They won't even hear. Like, walk up to a person with an iPhone, the brand new iPhone 11 in their hand, and ask them, did they pay cash for it? They're going to tell you no. And then I want you to say this to them. Then how do you have it in your hand? Or maybe not say that. Just think to yourself when don't say that. Just don't say anything. Just go, hey, did you pay cash for the phone? They're going to tell you no. And then you just stop right there. You go, oh, okay. They just told you everything they need to know about their finances, and they don't even believe financing a phone is a big deal. They don't even care. They don't even know. This will be your gift. You'll be able to say things. I guarantee you, if you send somebody to my channel that's deep in debt and they come to my channel, they're going to think I'm crazy. I don't know what I'm talking about. Who is he? He doesn't have a finance degree from MIT. Like, you need any of that. You don't even barely even need a college degree. Beauty Jock says 0. Yep. See, this will be you. This is how rare you'll be. This will be you. This is nothing fancy, you guys. The only thing I did was believe in mathematics. That's it. That's why I'm here. Now, I'm going to do something that I normally do, but I want you guys to follow me closely. Okay? Follow me closely mathematically. Okay, listen. If 85% of Americans are in debt, that means their finances are in a negative. So if you hear a person investing into the stock market or some kind of stocks, or Apple stock, this stock, whatever stock, it doesn't really matter. If they're in the negative, that's mathematically impossible for them to invest in anything, because they're in the negative. So guess what they're doing without themselves knowing? They're literally borrowing money from the bank to invest in the stock market. See what I'm saying? They don't know. So imagine how many people are are in the stock market trading and investing with negative dollars and with money that they believe is theirs when it's not. It's not even their money and they don't even know it. Imagine how many people are in the stock market. Now imagine you go into the stock market as a debt-free person. You will kill it. You will know exactly who to take information from. People that are not in debt. Imagine the percentage of people with real money who invest in the stock market. And when I say real money, those whose finances are in the black. NC Briggs says good household budget and maybe one for future plans because I don't plan to be in debt for a long time. Nope. When you get out of debt, NC Briggs, think about it this way. You're creating your future right now. In order for you to get out of debt right now, you are creating a budget, whether you realize it or not. You're creating a budget this very moment. It's not the budget that you hear on TV and people and apps and stuff like that. No, this is a different kind of budget. This is a get out of debt budget. And once you use this get out of debt budget and you finally get out of debt, you're not going to change your budget. This is going to be your way of life. You're not even going to be trying. You think I try? You think since I've been out of debt that I lived strictly on a budget? No, this is just my life. I don't look at it as a budget. It's just simply the way I live. Hyphy says the same friend has a 20K finance vehicle from CarMax. 19% interest rate. I'm not making this up. I know you're not. Hyphy. CarMax car lots look like football fields. That alone tells me that you're not making that up. Have you guys seen the size of CarMax car lots? Those things look like freaking football fields. All gated up. You can't even walk on. You can't even walk on that lot and just look at the cars. You got to be walking to the office and be guided so they can just sell your butt all the way through the process. 19% on a car. Only people in debt would ever accept such a loan. Okay, first of all, financing a car right now is the most idiotic thing to ever do. But you finance a car at 19%, that says you are broke. DTN says, Linnell, I see why this is your passion, especially since I have experience being debt-free before. Being debt-free really helped me with my divorce, depression stage. I didn't stress because I didn't owe anyone. Yep. It helps with everything. It's just not. And what it is, how it helps, DTN, because it doesn't exist. That's why it helps. When you're not in debt, debt problems don't exist. So you're not even thinking about it. Leroy says, I did see a guy with a new iPhone. Asked him if it was the iPhone 11. He smiled. And I asked him if he paid cash for it. He said no. I said, okay. Oh, you guys are getting good, man. You guys are getting hip. All you got to do is say, okay. You better not say anything else. You go, hey, man, you pay cash for it. People in debt will tell you that they're financing cell phones. And if they're financing a cell phone, they're telling you about their finances. I promise you. They will answer all your questions. Hey, are you a homeowner? Yeah. You got a mortgage? Yeah. Okay. Hey, how'd you get that furniture? Oh, I finance it. Okay. Wow, man, look at that wash and dryer. It's candy coated. How much was that thing? Oh man, this wash and dryer was like $3,500. Oh, you pay cash for that? Nah, man, I got 0% finance and this and that and blah blah blah. You go, okay. Good job, Leroy. Good job with the okay, man. That's what I do on my Facebook.com/dating my daddy. When people start to argue me about debt on there, I just go, okay. You think I'm gonna argue with somebody in debt? I'm not doing that. Arguing with somebody in debt is a total waste of mathematical brain cells. You're arguing with somebody that you can't convince to believe in mathematics. You are going to be mad at yourself that you wasted 5 minutes with a person like that. Waste. 19%. NC Briggs says, I worked at CarMax. They are mainly a finance company with cars because they have their own banking. Yep. I bet you better believe they got their own banking. Who do you think finances cars at CarMax? People in debt. I wouldn't step on a car lot anywhere. They're sure in the hell wouldn't step on a CarMax car lot. No way. You know why CarMax is so successful? And I'm not hating on CarMax. I'm just telling you why they're successful. They cater to people in debt. They finance better looking cars for those whom are in debt. Jalen says, I'm almost debt free in a few months. I have a few more student loan payments and I'll be at zero. There are a few advice you could give to me. What is some advice that you could give to me? Once you get to zero, let me know. Okay. Once you get to zero, let me know when you're at zero. And then I'll talk to you then. And because it counts on how much money you make right now. Like, for example, if you made, let's put it this way, Jalen. As soon as you're financially free, this is the first thing I want you to invest in your 401k at work. I want you to concentrate on pre-tax vehicles that you can invest in. Pre-tax. Because why I want you to do that? Because that's guaranteed income. Okay, guaranteed. That's guaranteed phantom income. This will prepare you for when you create your own business. This will prepare you to treat your personal finances like a business right now. You can treat your personal finances like a business. And when I say a business, the tax saving, you can start right now. You start with the regular vehicles running at 401k, HSA. And then once you get used to that, you start coming over to the business side. It'll be the same thing, but more of it. Now, according to math, savings minus debt equals how much you have in real life. Agreed. That's it. That's why I love my shirts. That's why I love my t-shirts. People be looking confused when I wear them. They be like, they have this. It's funny when I wore my savings minus debt t-shirt to the gym. You could see the look on people's faces when they see it. They're like, what does that mean? They see the front of it and it says Google #savings-minus-debt. And they're looking, right? And you know how they got a bunch of mirrors in the gym. So as soon as I walk past them, I look to see if they're going to look behind on my back. And then they see what's on my back and they're confused still. It forces them to Google #savings-minus-debt. It forces them because now they want to know what that means. That's why I love my shirts. It forces people to look. Because if you look at a t-shirt, right? The average t-shirts that's selling something, and then they're saying, hey, I'm selling this, and here's my website at the bottom. People will look at it, especially in the gym, and they'll be like, oh, he's just trying to sell something. They won't grab their phone and do it, right? But with my shirts, people grab their phones and look it up immediately. What does that mean? And then when they Google #savings-minus-debt, I'm the only person that will populate in that Google search. They will have to click on my video. Once they click on my video and they like it, they'll subscribe to it. Period. That's how it works. Red Ruby says, agreed. Smart marketing also. Yeah. Thank you, Red. And you know what? Honestly, it just came to me. I had to, when you quit a job and you come out here and it's time to sell, if you've been a worker all your life, you don't really know what to do. You just think, oh, I need to come out here and make some money. No, it's many more steps than that. I'm learning. I have a gift that I'm sharing with people. And I know it's different than any other person's gift, right? And so I have to use things that make people think, because what you don't understand is like, if you've been in debt all your life, you don't really realize things are being sold to you 24 hours a day. TV commercials. Like if you watch a regular show on TV, you got 20 minutes commercials. You listen to the radio, you got commercials. You watch videos, you got commercials. Commercials are just like 24 hours a day. And when you get out of the debt matrix, it's very apparent that it is. But what people don't understand is this: people become drones of being sold stuff every day. So it's really not a big deal. You see, oh, they're selling this, they're selling knives, they're selling, okay, they want me to go to their website so I can see about this tile that they're whatever, right? And maybe they'll do it, maybe they don't. But I come up with something that makes people think. I walk towards them, I'm in shape, I'm confident, and then they say Google savings minus #savings minus debt. What does that mean? And then they look on the back and they say equals the money you have in real life. What? That doesn't, and then they Google it. And then they find me. I'm gonna wear my shirt to the gym as many times as I can so people can just look at it. And then I go shopping with it on so they can see it. People have that same look on their face, like what? And they don't even listen. They don't even know that they have that look on their face when they read my shirt. They don't even know that they're looking like that because they're so stuck on what does that mean. They have to go look, and everybody has a phone. Jalen says, in May, I'm projected to be at 0. And see, okay, Jalen, when you say that, if you had this mathematically planned out, I'm not saying you do or you don't. If you have it mathematically planned out, you will know it won't be a projection. It'll be this day, this month, this time. See what I'm saying? It'll be that. So it's not a projection. You can write it out right now, Jalen, and say, okay, if I do this XYZ in May, I will be debt free. Black Knight says most people don't even qualify for 0% interest rates because they are in debt. Yep, that is true. I always tell people, if you become debt free, say like you became 100% debt free, you saved up 20% down on a house cash, and you walked in the bank and asked for a mortgage, and you got a good credit score on top of that. You got a good job, good credit, no debt, 20% down to put on the house. You're not walking in the bank crossing your fingers hoping you're getting the loan. You're going to get the loan. You're just trying to determine if you're going to get it from that bank. There is no crossing your fingers. Cosmic Wisdom says, Linnell, since you have been wearing your shirt, have people reached out to you? You know, I don't really, I see more subscribers pop up. They don't really tell me, hey, I saw you because of your shirt. I have had no one say that to me or have told me that, or have I had somebody say, hey, what's that mean on your shirt? Nobody have said that to me, but I've been seeing my subscribers go up. Red Ruby says the hardest thing is say no. What do you mean by no? What do you mean by that, Red? Or are you talking to somebody else? I'm not sure. Linnell, NC Brick says, Linnell, can you make a black shirt with white or colored writing? I'll be buying that one. Yeah. This is my first round of shirts, you know. And if you guys out there, I got some smalls, and I would love to give them to some kids. If so, give a couple to a couple kids. You just got to pay for the shipping to your house. But other than that, you know, I just want to give a couple to the kids. But yeah, what I'm gonna do is that, and that was my exact thinking, NC Briggs, make a black shirt. But remember the color words, that was my first design. That's gonna be a more expensive shirt. Okay, but I did like that design, and I'm gonna go with that design. And I'm gonna start out. My next one's a black shirt with the color lettering on the front, and probably the statement on the back will just be plain white writing, but the color lettering on the front. But remember, color print on shirts is way more expensive. I want you guys to know that. So if you guys are willing to pay for the price of color lettering on a shirt, I will most definitely do that. Okay. But it's gonna be much more, because that's Beauty Jock says, say no to consumerism. Yep, just say no. And you see what Beauty Jock is saying? Just say no to it. Once you get out of debt, consumerism won't even be it's not even, you won't care what people are buying. You won't care what they have. You won't care what college they went to or what vacation they went on. You won't care about any of that stuff. I promise you guys, won't even care. All right. You know what I'm going to do is, all Are NC Briggs, you talking about one of the shirts now, or you talking about you want to buy one for yourself? NC Briggs, the white one, the shirts I have now. Yeah, send me if you're saying you want one, send me your email and then I'll send you an invoice. DTN says if you are debt free with only $200 in your checking account, paid bills versus someone $50 in debt and paid bills, who's the broke person? By math, the person with $200 is not the broke person, right? If you are debt free with only $200 in your checking account, paid bills versus someone with 50,000 in debt and paid bills, well, the person that's $50,000 in debt is the broke person. Yeah, correct. The person with $200 is not the broke person because they are above DTN. They are $200 above zero. The person with 50K in debt are $50,000 below zero. They're in the hole $50,000, and the person with $200 is above zero, $200. I bought one of the white ones. I'll take a kid one. Oh, okay. All right. I'm trying to keep up with everybody because I want to thank everybody that let me say that. I want to thank everybody that has purchased one of the t-shirts. Thank you very much. Nicole, welcome. Nicole got her shirt today. You are welcome. And thank you everybody that has purchased one of them shirts. I have not said that. I do apologize for not saying that too. Thank you very much for your support. And I'm listening to you guys. So the next one, they're going to be a little bit more, but I'm going to get some pricing on it because some people don't want to pay that much for a t-shirt, but you want that coloring letter on? Because I was going to go with the color lettering, but I was like, it's cost how much? Yeah, it has to, it's a certain process they do or whatever, right? So I'll look into it though. I'll look into it. Ify says, when you get out of debt, saying no is easy because you'll realize how useless or unnecessary most services goods are. Debt-free people don't like clutter. Sure don't. We don't. It'll be so easy. It's not even, I mean, I don't even know how you describe it, Ify. I don't know. After a while, people will know not to ask you certain type of questions when it comes to money. Like my family, they know not to say, hey, Linnell, can I borrow $50 till next? I'll be like, what's causing you to need to borrow $50 from me? Jalen says, Linnell, I say projected just in case uncertain things happen before, then God forbid, like car wreck, job change, but I roughly make $70,000 annually. I'm 25 years old. And you know what, Jalen, this is what I'm saying to you. I get what you're saying, but once you get out of debt and create your own business, you will notice that those things that you have described are things that companies use to scare people into buying insurance and stuff. They say, hey, what if you get in a wreck? What if you lost your job? They name everything under the sun that's possibly could happen. Okay. Nobody can predict the future. They use that stuff as sale tactics. They use fear to scare people to buy. So try not to, I understand what you mean, just in case something happened, whatever, right? But try to keep things out of your head that don't exist. Okay, don't get caught up on anything that doesn't exist, what possibly could happen. That's people that predict like they're predicting the future, and nobody can predict the future. You predict your future today. You create your financial future right now, today. I know that's right, Hyphy. I say no all the time, and it's okay to do so. Sure is. You better believe it's okay to say no. Nope. I don't even say no. I say NOPE. Nope with exclamation point. Nope. Nope. And this is why it's going to be so easy for you guys that are in debt. Okay. You're going to know the sacrifice, the hours you had to work, writing those checks to pay off all that debt. You're going to feel it. You're going to feel every penny when you pay off that debt. You're going to feel it. You're going to feel what you spent. You're going to feel it. You're going to feel it each time you send off that money to pay off that debt. And then once you're free, and then you have somebody coming up to you asking to borrow your money that's not even doing anything close to get out of debt, you're going to say no so fast. You're going to be like, no, I'm financially free. So you think I should be able to give it to you now? Because that's what people in debt are going to think if you tell them. That's another thing before I get off here. You better not tell people in debt that you are financially free. You got out of debt and now you have no debt. If you tell people that are in debt that, they're going to think now you have the money to give to them. Oh, you ain't got no debt. You can't toss up $200 to me. You ain't even in no debt. That's what they're going to say to you. All right, you guys, I'm about to get off here. My girlfriend's son's about to walk in, and after school, he is hyper and hyper. And if he see me on this mic and he want to come on camera with me so bad. Oh my God, he sees me on the mic in here, and he'd be like, "Oh man," he'll come in the room, he'll walk out, he'll come in like I gotta pretend like I don't see him because he wants to get on this camera so bad, so bad. If says, for example, those commercials for extended auto repair coverage. If you're debt free, you'll have the cash to pay for those repairs or even buy another car. Those services are useless. Hey, Hyphy, that is about as good as cell phone insurance. Those guys are killing the game. They're killing the game. People in debt don't realize if you have a paid off car, you have money. If your car breaks down, you have your own money to fix it. When you're in debt, that's the only God. Jennifer says, and I forgot about borrowing to family who never pays back. Yeah. If you give money to family when you're debt free, you tell them, I'm going to give you this money. I'm going to give you $50 so you will never ask me to borrow money again. That's what I would do to family members. I was like, hey, you want $50? Yeah, I'm going to give it to you. But I'm giving you this money. You remember, you can never ask to borrow money from me again. Here you go. Here's the 50. Jalen says, makes perfect sense. You are welcome. Thank you, DTN. Have a good time. Have a good day. Have a great one. Cosmic Wisdom, perfect time. And leaving the office to go to the gym. Y'all have a great day. You too, Cosmic Wisdom. You guys have a wonderful, wonderful day. All right.